Hey guys, Hens here. We are on the PDB and today we're gonna go over the map changes that are happening to the game within the next patch. The PDB was so stacked that I think most people completely forgot about this, but this is one of the biggest map updates in general that I have seen for the entire game. And one of the first ones that got a massive overhaul that survivors are gonna love in general is Haddonfield. Haddonfield got a lot more pallets. So there are new pallet spawns in the middle. Not only that, there are also edge map pallets like this one, which are pretty decent. And look at that, another pallet here and a goated Z-wall. Look at that, Z-wall on Haddonfield, can you believe it? So Haddonfield is gonna be a lot better for Survivor and should be less frustrating overall. Especially in the middle, there are going to be a lot of pallets that might be hard for, especially on one killers to deal with, but we'll need to see how that pans out. Definitely a step in the right direction though, because Haddonfield was pretty boring to play, but there are more maps to check out. Another map that got a huge change this update is Asylum. So Asylum had multiple pockets. Multiple pockets. We already see, by the way, this is a new tile. This is the snake gym that is on a lot of maps now. I think there was an Almond Lake mine and now it made itself onto almost every realm. I think Azeroth has one. I think Macmillan has one. And this pocket still exists by Shack, but the shape is a lot smaller. And there are new filler pellets. So you see this rock pellet is new. This one is smaller than before, but still a very strong pellet. Well, this is still a strong map, especially with the main building in the middle, but should feel a little bit more bearable for killers, considering the gens are a little bit closer now, but there are going to be a lot of pallets, so we'll need to see how this plays out in reality. But look at this. Damn. This pair is not that safe, but they're so close together. Another pallet over here. Another pallet over here. Like, the silent pallets are still really strong overall, and now they are pretty common, so this might be a really rough map to play for killer. We'll see, but the reduced size is definitely gonna help. So yeah, that is Asylum with a new shape and different palettes. And now we're on Chapel, which is the other Chronos Phantom map, and there are also new tiles on here, pretty much on every single one. Some new fillers, some a little bit less safe. I think this one is a tiny bit smaller than before. The circus is not changed at all though. Oh, we see the Almond Gym, now new on this realm. I don't think it was there before. The new rock filler that we already seen. Yeah, this is definitely shorter on this side than it was before. So yeah, a little bit of different tiles and new filler pallets, I guess, but not much change to this building, I think, as far as I'm aware. Alright, now we're going to Red Forest. By the way, there's something I missed about Chapel. So the god window by the basement in the main building doesn't spawn anymore. So a little bit less. And talking about god windows, on Mother's Dwelling, the two god windows in the back are completely gone now. They have been very strong for so long. And I'm talking about this one and this one. So these are never going to be open. That is going to be a lot better for killers. But on the rest of the map, there are going to be a lot more pallets. But they have been nerfed. So the filler pallets are a little bit less safe. This is a completely new one. And oh, there's a new tile that is also has now made their way over to this realm. It was not there before. This rock, I think, also a little bit less safe than before. And this one's like significantly less safe, yeah. This side used to be way longer. Alright. Double pallets now on a lot of realms, including Mother's Dwelling. So nothing changed about the shape of this map, but few new tiles, no god windows anymore, and more pallets overall, so the amount of dead zones should be decreased. Nah, that's fine, right? Yeah. A little bit of a dead zone, but I mean, you will never have a pallet everywhere. That's just broken, so yeah. All right, cool. All right, so Temple of Irrigation is the other Red Forest map, and this one has changed a little bit too. I think in the back here. Hello, hello. Pretty sure in the back here. Did the small runes change? Actually, wow, this is a little bit of dead zone. This filler is, I think, shot alright. Yeah, they definitely shot this filler. That was a little bit safer before. And I thought the ruins were a little bit smaller too. Maybe I'm wrong though. Maybe I'm wrong. Was it the big ruins? No, looks the same. Alright, cool. So we have new fillers, but the shape of the match hasn't changed that much. This log is still really, really safe though. Goddamn. Yeah. And that is Temple of Irrigation. The downstairs part is exactly the same. We have one pallet there, and one is unlockable. Alright. Next up, now we're in Azeroths, and this is a gas haven. And one thing that we can already note here is that this doorway doesn't have a breakable wall anymore, but this building is still rocking good and very, very strong. A pallet in the back, pallet over there, pallet there, wall there. But this used to be... Okay, first and foremost, I think there are more of those pallets now, because there are 3 on this map, and all of them are god pallets, so that's one thing to note. This used to be, I think, 100% broken truck, and now you can have a bus here. You can also have a crane here, so a lot better for survivors. I don't really understand why, because Gashaven is already a really, really good map for survivors. And now we have pallets over here. I think this is... Wait, is this God Rock? Huh? Is it the Macmillan God Rock? Am I tripping? I mean, it's a little bit short. I don't know if you can God Rock this, but... Alright, we have one over here too. This always looks like the Macmillan God Rock, no? A little bit smaller though. So we have another one of those pallets over here. Very, very strong filler. This... I'm almost certain this is a God filler. And yeah, so higher density, and this one I'm not too sure of. You definitely lost that breakable wall, but this one is going to be hard to play for killer. But we have a few more Azeroths that I want to load into, so we can see if that changed much. Alright, so we are in Red Shop, which is a map that used to have a lot of dead zones, and one thing we already noticed here is that we have 2 cranes on a singular map. That used to not be possible. You could never get the same one. I don't know if that's intended. Hopefully it's gonna get fixed. I find that pretty lame personally. But I think usually one of those would be a broken truck, right? And the other one would be... No, actually, you can... actually... Yes, I think I'm right. One of them was always broken truck, so now a little bit more safety on this map. And what do we see here? No new tile. Okay. Definitely a little bit more pallet density. This tile, very strong, has gotten a little bit of a nerf. There was a fireball here that got removed. This looks just the same as that one. And I thought... Are there no... There it is. Alright, there are new edge map fillers, I was about to say. Can we not get any? These ones, they're a little bit less safe than the others. And they should spawn every now and then, but not that crazy much. And we still have the old ones. Oh, we have 2 in a row, actually. So this one is unchanged. That's the old edge map filler. And this is the new one that can spawn on Azeroth. And I guess the tile prevention system is not really working, so... We have 2 cranes. Alright, that's it for Azeroth. There are also very, very big Macmillan changes that I want to quickly go over. Alright, we're here on Coal Tower now, and this one is quite controversial, I think. I think a lot of people will dislike this, but we can always see the first filler pallet. A lot of the pallets on Macmillan have gotten weakened. So the Water Tower pre-run pallet, that's going to be a spicy one. We're going to see how that works out. If that one's too strong, you definitely need to kick that. And... kind of like a rock path pallet, not too safe, but leads right into a window here. And classic Z-Wall edge map, nothing too much, nothing too fancy. Another pallet that does seem a little bit smaller than before. And yeah, one pallet in the middle, but overall these pallets are definitely not as safe as they used to be. So there is that. The God Rock, the infamous God Rock, has had its rock removed. I don't know if we have one on this map. Is that a God Rock? No. No God Rock on this map. But yeah, that was a kind of a weak coal tower overall. Maybe I'm gonna load into one groaning star, so maybe you can see some more pallets. Alright, I changed my mind. We are in on Suffocation Pit, and Suffocation Pit should have a lot of fillers. For example, this wood pile also has, just like the water tower, has a new filler on it. And we see the filler pallets here. This was significantly longer before. Has been reduced a little bit, and on this map should be easy to find a God Rock. There it is. This tree, I think, used to be right here, extending the rock. And without the tree, this is no longer a God pallet, but we see Edgemere pallets also on Macmillan. I'm a fan of them. I think they're quite cool. If they don't take away resources, of course. But it's always cooler to die on an Edgemere filler than on nothing, right? It's better to have a chance than nothing. There is the snake gym we saw earlier, now on Macmillan. And wow, this is quite the dead zone though. Oh my. Quite the dead zone. I mean, Suffer Pit is never fully stacked. We have a pallet here though, leading into Shack. And this is a new filler pallet. So it has distance holders on both sides. Kind of interesting. I don't think this is fully safe based on this. Definitely a good pallet though. And right here on both sides, these pallets have been weakened. So more pallets overall, but they're less safe on Macmillan. And the good old snake gym. Yeah, this is gonna be quite the gym. Alright, cool. That was Macmillan. Let's go on to the next one. Alright, so Sanctum of Wrath. This realm also got an update. The filler pallets have changed quite a bit. I think it's a new one entirely. I can't recall that one. Oh, no pallets spawned here. Okay, interesting. This used to be a 100% spawn before. I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe it's a bug. Who knows? This pallet, I'm pretty sure I recognize it. But one thing about Sanctum of Wrath is we have new pallets around the main building. They are pretty unsafe, but they are just pure extra and can be quite nice because around the main building is oftentimes very unsafe. New filler pallet here. Pretty damn safe one too. Oh yeah, there's a lot of resources around here. Not the safest obviously, but yeah. Few new tiles, new maze tiles too. I don't know. I don't think we got one, but yeah, there's Sanctum of Wrath. A little bit more pallet density and new main fillers. Alright, so on to Cold Wind, sorry. And if we turn around, we can always see the map has been shrunken quite a bit on this side. So this used to extend way further out than it does now. I mean, this was always kind of a dead zone. And I think there's a... I don't know, has this UR been in the game? I'm not entirely sure. I can't recall having UR on Cold Wind. So I'm pretty sure this is new. We have the good old filler here. This one is definitely shrunken. There used to be one more hay bale here. So that's good to know. The main building, I think, didn't change at all. This one, also hay bale missing. So these changes, there are quite a lot, honestly. This completely went under the radar. I don't think anyone really paid much attention to this. But it's going to change the game quite drastically, honestly. Alright, so there are a few more filler pallets like this one on Cold Wind. Maybe you can see them here. No, I don't think we got any, right? Not on this map. Maybe I can... Is there one here? No, this has already been in the game. Okay, I'm going to load into one Thompson house. Maybe we can get a few more new ones. Thompson house! Cool. We have a harvester over here. That is, I think, still a 50-50 with the cow tree. And we already see one of the edge map fillers here. Instead of the U wall, we have the U jungle gym. Oh no. Is that a new tile? Yeah, I think it's a new tile, right? I don't think these were on Cold Wind before. So yeah, Cold Wind also has gotten a few of the new tiles. There's a jungle gym though, we already know this. There's an edge map tile. The edge map U wall. Nothing new here. Can we get a few new ones on in the corn here, maybe? Yes, this is a new tower. I mean, this is safer than most of the others before. Still not the safest palette, but if you combine it with this one, you can definitely get something out of that. Thompson House being kind of criminal with its dead zones at times. Interesting hook placement. It's just in the middle of the tile now. Yep. And some edge map fillers. I think this one is also new. With the rock here. So Cold Wind has gotten a lot better. Maybe we can try Rancid once, see what we get, because Rancid did also seem a little bit better than before. Rancid Avatar, and we spawned right next to one of those pallets. These are gonna hopefully make the map a little bit better. Because Rancid is definitely one of the... Oh, this is significantly shorter now. This was one my hay bale here, so that has been removed. Rip to Billy, because he could actually slide that hay bale, but... Oh well, kind of everything. What do we have here? We have one of the old fillers. Oh yeah, right next to main. Not the worst one. That's a pretty decent edge map filler. Can't complain about that one. One more of these. We have a cow tree over here. And another one of these new filler pallets over there. So definitely more than before. I mean, still not the end of the world. Did we get 2 cow trees, by the way? Just want to quickly see. Or did we get a harvester? No, we got a harvester. So completely normal. I think it's still split 50-50. So you get cow tree on one side and harvester on the other. And there are a few more realms that also got new tiles. One of the ones that also got updates, including some edge map fillers, is Swamp. So Swamp got their fillers updated quite significantly. So some of them are a lot unsafer than before. I think this rock used to be like 10 times that size. And the edge map fillers are no joke on this map, by the way. Pretty strong, but obviously it's very easy to zone the survivors. But having these extra on top can definitely make a difference. We still have the Porklog, nothing too unusual. The main building. Yeah, quite a few of the edge map fillers. I don't think this has changed at all. But look at that. So this one. 2 trees. And this one. Look at this. This is a strong filler. The bot doesn't know how to play it. That's okay. Bro. The bots have not gotten any smarter. But yeah, that might make Swamp a little bit better to play. We'll need to see, but I think a little bit more pallets. Some of them. This is still insanely safe, right? Yeah. So we still have a lot of safe pallets. One in the middle. Oh, this one's new, right? Yeah. This used to be way stronger too. This is a short side now that is all playable. Yeah. So Swamp gonna feel a lot different to play. And one more realm that has also changed a lot is Borgo, which we're gonna head to next. Alright, Borgo. Here it is. And the first pallet we load into is already a lot less safe. This used to be a lot longer with a fireball. This used to be a guard pallet. But there are a lot more of them now. So this one is also a little bit smaller. There it is. Oh, both of them spawn. I think that's 50-50, right? Either this one or this one. So now we got both. And still the same. This one is a little bit smaller, but there's going to be a lot more of them. There are going to be... Oh, this one. What? All right, we got scammed here. This pallet didn't spawn. I want to take a screenshot. Maybe we can report it later. Towers should always spawn with their pallets. And if they don't, then it's a bug. Yeah, so Borgo's gonna be a little bit more pallet dense. Also Forgotten Ruins, obviously. It's gonna be the same thing. They share the same tiles. And that hopefully makes the map a little bit better, because it was very barren at certain points. So, yeah. I think that is roughly it for the pallet update, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, not quite. One map that I forgot to go over is Shelter Woods. Shelter Woods has been shrunk in size quite significantly and also has more dense pallets. So this map is going to feel a lot different to play, hopefully, with these upgrades. And can we see some of the new pallets? Yeah, you can already see the main building is so close to the edge map now. Oh, that's just, this is one of the new edge map pallets with the Z-wall. Damn, you can kind of combine the two. And another D-wall over there. That's not too bad. One of the next fillers. And yeah, so 3 maps have gotten smaller. Let me know what you think about these map changes. If you like them, if you dislike them. I'm kind of like, some of them are good, some of them seem a little bit bad. But I'm sure we can figure it out. Hopefully the tile prevention system is going to start working again soon. Because that is kind of annoying. You can have the same tiles multiple times on the same map. And yeah, that can be really frustrating because it leads to RNG. But oh well. Thank you so much for watching. I want to quickly go over, and that's it for the video. See you next time. Bye bye.